Well, MEC for Community Safety and Security in Mpumalanga, it's MEC Vusi Shongwe, joining us this evening to take a look at what his reaction is and as far as his departments are concerned about these 21 trucks that had been set alight in Mpumalanga and KZN since Sunday. MEC, a very good evening to you. I do appreciate your time. So more arrests being made. Some are saying this is not enough, but we're making progress. What do you make of these attacks?
No, indeed, it's a very barbaric act. I really condemn it, and I want to say to those that are involved in that particular act, they are, disturbing the economy of the province, and they are disturbing the economy of the entire country. And this is tantamount to sabotage. It's a very, very serious and embarrassing to the country what they are doing.
Do you have a sense of why this is happening? What is your experts, your people on the ground, the people in your office, MEC, telling you about why this is happening? What have you heard?
Yeah, out of the two that the police are questioning, you can see that it derives from the workers, particularly from the truck drivers, the current one and those that were expelled from the truck industry. And some of criminal elements are also involved in that particular space. You'll remember that even in service delivery protests around the different areas, trucks are an easy target. So that's basically the situation, and we really want to say we don't condone what people are doing, even if they are angry for whatever reason. It is not good for the image of the province and that of the country to go out and ban trucks in the manner that they are doing. It's something that needs to be condoned and to be condemned by anyone.
And I'm certainly never going to excuse this kind of a reaction and behaviour, but I did hear from the All Truck Drivers Forum yesterday, MEC, on South Africa, the South African Morning, and I asked them about what they have been complaining about. They were accused as a forum of being involved in this. They've come out to me and said they're not involved at all, but they do have an issue with foreign nationals getting jobs instead of locals. What do you make of that? Should locals only be allowed to be truck drivers, or should we have foreign nationals as well?
No, that one, really, honestly speaking, it depends from the truck industry itself. It depends on the quality of the drivers that they want, and what the people who are so-called drivers or truck drivers have. It contains number of issues, and but the bottom line is, I think, commonly speaking, the people of this country and this province are in a position to be able to drive these trucks. And insofar as this is concerned, I meet with truck drivers in the province on a quarterly basis. My assessment in the province, the majority of the truck drivers are South Africans.
So what do you now do from the security perspective? Never mind the economic damage this is causing to your province as well. From a security perspective, where does your authority stop or start, and that of the police minister? Who's really in charge of security at the moment for trucking in your province?
The government is obviously in charge together with the truck owners, including the police. And you'll remember that the police are a national competence. But the bottom line is, any security agency, any security cluster member should be concerned about safety of everyone and that of the property in our province, everyone.
Is this economic sabotage? You agree with that statement, or do you think there's something else going on?
There's no better way to explain it. It is an economic sabotage. You will remember that these trucks are transporting number of goods that must go to different shops, businesses. Some of them are going to our neighboring countries, like the one that were banned in Waterfall Boven. They are on the N4, and N4 is connecting Mpumalanga with Mozambique and Swaziland. And the one in N2, it connects us with different provinces up to as far as Western Cape.
Road Freight Association, I heard from them yesterday as well, MEC, forgive me, Road Freight Association also raising a concern that if we don't as a country get on top of these attacks, many trucking companies that are transnational, so i.e. Namibia, Botswana, Zimbabwe, Mozambique, for example, on our borders, will simply avoid coming here. How concerned are you about that we might not be a destination of choice for trucking if we don't put a stop to this?
I'm very, very much concerned. You see, this banning of trucks and the blockages of roads, it doesn't only affect the truck owners in the country only. It also affects tourism. It also affects people from our neighboring countries and everyone else, even ourselves as citizens of the province and that of the country. It affects us because sometimes you will find emergency vehicles not able to pass a road at a particular time because that road is blocked for a certain time because of this banning of the trucks on our roads.
I want to ask you about the Army now getting involved, the SANDF. Do you think this is the right way to go? Because I get the sense once the Army has brought in, that's essentially an admission that the police can't handle the situation. You agree or disagree with me, MEC?
No, I'm not agreeing with you that the police are failing to handle the situation. But if you look at the number of the trucks and the number of the population of our people in the country and that of our different provinces, and you look at the number of the police that we have, they are not matching the number of people that we have in terms of the population. So the SANDF is part of our security cluster. If they need to come in and assist the police, there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And that does not mean the police are failing. It is the complementary work of the security cluster.
Is there a real practical application of putting more police visibility on highways? Yes, there's hotspots, MEC, but maybe just specifically for your province, is putting more police out on various highways and hotspots going to make a difference? Surely these criminals are smarter than that. They just commit the crime further down the road.
I don't want us to use the word that they are smarter. Let us use the words that they are playing cats and mouse game, because police cannot be everywhere. Sometimes they do this thing at this particular point when our police are at the other point watching the so-called hotspots at the other area. And that does not mean they are smarter than that, than the police. It's just that they are at the wrong place at the wrong time. So, but basically, the Provincial Commissioner, Lieutenant General Manamela, is deploying more and more personnel in making sure that they monitor almost all the strategic roads, if not all our roads in the province.
Well, I certainly wish in Mpumalanga province good luck for this evening. Hopefully we don't get any more issues on the roads with trucks. MEC, I thank you for your time tonight. MEC for Community Safety and Security in Mpumalanga, Mr. Vusi Shongwe, joining us this evening. So 2 arrests made as a result of what is 21 truck attacks. Many critics saying it's not enough arrests, but police saying they are still investigating other incidents and they do have leads. We'll stay on that for you throughout this evening.